Hey everybody, welcome to another World of Tanks replay, this time in the Object 430 again on Siegfried line. Obviously I enjoy this tank a lot, I play it pretty often, it's one of my most played tanks. Anyway, we're in a tier 10 match, obviously being in the tier 10, but there are a couple of tanks here which shouldn't be looking at you, Type 59, who got platooned in on the other team. There's 3 arty per side, including a T92 on the enemy team, but it is a city map, so it's not as scary as it would be elsewhere. Looks like we got a couple of bonus tier 9s as well. First things first, I head towards the city. A lot of people think that you should take mediums out to the field. In the majority of cases I disagree, particularly from the south spawn, because you have this position here. Heavy tanks are better employed in this position, but they won't get here in time to catch things as they drive across. Now in this case nothing did drive across, but quite often you will get people crossing broadside here, and a heavy won't be in position to exploit that, a medium will. The Object 430 of course is very small and difficult to hit, it has very good camo, and it has those armoured shoulders. It's only 40mm thick, but it's very, very steeply angled, which makes it quite good at poking. Not so much poking, but side scraping kind of around corners. It's not real side scraping, but it's similar in theory. The intention isn't to get hit and hope it goes and hits your tracks or bounces off. The intention is to bait shots, but avoid them. In this case, the enemy team actually did not push anything down that street, which is quite rare. By now, I would usually have seen at least 1 or 2 tanks there. In fact, usually there'd be 2 or 3 of them fighting on that corner. Seeing that the enemy team is playing so shyly, I push further into the plaza here. It's a little risky, but the only thing looking my way is a Type 59, which basically isn't a threat to any given tier 10. One of the louvers turns around, but it doesn't matter. I'm able to get into cover, and the enemy E5 gets absolutely shit on by our Batchat army. This M103's overextended badly, separated himself out from his team. He also doesn't have the top gun, so I don't know what he was thinking, but he's put himself in a world of hurt. There's not much he can do. Even though there is a 5120 over there, and this is an open position on several sides, I just can't shy away from the chance to hit 2 louvers in the back or side, and so that's what I do. People are actually shooting over my engine deck at that AMX, but for now I'm safe. These 2 guys, one of them's noticed me and is backing into cover, the other one seems oblivious. Here though, this crater I'm in kind of messes up my gun depression, and the enemy arty manages to splash me a little. I finish that louver, and then I push around the corner with the Panther 2. AMX 50 is 1 shot for me, and he's not even looking, so he's not really a threat. Just clean him up. I was going to clean up a Type 59, but the Panther hit his shot, so there was no need. And then I turn the corner here straight into a JPE. Thankfully I managed to stop and get a tracking shot in as it comes around the corner. The Panther 2 then drives in front of its gun. Thankfully it low rolls him, and so while it keeps him distracted and gets to work with the IS-3 keeping him tracked, I'm able to work my way around the back and just finish him off. Now here I carelessly drive in front of an E100, which is what cost me my tank in a minute. I'm still playing pretty risky. I drive out here in front of a Batchat, he snapshots and misses. Somebody shoots HE and I think the Panther 2. My math there was a little bad. The Batchat was able to kill me before I was able to kill him. I was really taking a huge risk fighting him at all when I was that low on health. But because my team had such a large advantage and had pretty much map control established, I decided it was worth the risk. This map from the south, I tend to play it that way every match. I don't really go out in the field very often at all. The only time I go field on this map really is either if I'm in a light tank or if town is completely locked down and it looks like field's open. Field is nice terrain for mediums, and sometimes late game I'll go out there, but it's just too open, particularly with 3 arty. And a lot of the mediums I play do quite well knife fighting in the town. The Centurion might not have armor and it might be a huge target, but it has a very powerful gun, which makes it useful in town to help knock health off the heavies. The Object 430 can tank hits quite well, has a very good gun, so again it's more useful in town. From north, it's largely the same sort of theory. I tend to push into the street corner right here where that dead tank is. Actually, I'll bring the big mini map up. Right here. And from that corner, I actually sit further back around here and shoot under the archways to try and hit anybody coming up this street. You also get shots if they get careless and drive out there. And that also gives you all this room to work with here, as well as 2 possible escape routes if things get too hot. If you need to, you can work both corners here as well, which is quite nice. So, I mean, Siegfried line is quite a decent map. It gives you a lot of options what to do. But with my mediums, I tend to play them more as sort of brawling flankers, as opposed to, you know, the way a lot of puppies play them on this map, which is to drive out into the field and wait for something to drive in front of your gun and try and snipe it. I don't really like that playstyle. If I do bring a medium into the field at all, I push with it, but more often than not, I'll just go town. It gives you a lot more cover. You can dictate which direction you engage a lot better. Obviously, if you're in the town and somebody starts coming at you down the street, you can just back around the corner and establish a choke point on that corner for them. You know, and you can make sure that at any one time you can only be shot from 1 or 2 directions. If you go out in the field, you can be shot from basically anywhere, including your own side of the map if they manage to get in behind you, whereas in City they have to actually genuinely flank your whole team to get good shots at you. So we ended up with a decent match there, 4,500 damage. If I played a little more carefully towards the end, you know, not driven out in front of an A100 and not fought the bat chat. If I declined that engagement with the bat chat, I probably would have survived. As he was shooting somebody else, I would have been able to retreat. But, you know me, if the game looks like it's already won, I will charge in recklessly and just try and put out as many shots as I can before I explode, and so that's what I did. Thanks for watching. I wish you the best of luck on the field, and I will see you next time.